Hello, my delicious co-creators. Lilou here in beautiful Paris, just before the concert of Deva Premal Miten and Manose. Hello, I'm so happy to see you and meet you in person.
I'm so happy. Paris is such in my heart. Paris has, everybody loves Paris, no? But I have really a soft spot for Paris. Yes. I love your city and people and your culture.
Thank you. You've been touring for, I heard, I was interviewing Deva and Miten this morning. You toured 22 cities and now you're here in Paris. This is a long one. You've been touring with them for quite a long time. And you have yourself 6 solo albums. You're from Nepal. Yes. I want to hear all about your background and how you met them and how it is to tour with them.
The story is, magic happens, my music really comes from a deep space. Not really, I never had ambition to perform or please somebody. When I was growing up in Kathmandu, I used to go to this shrine and just play for myself and play, in a way that I could feel the space. And somehow the fate called me to, bring the music to the world. And that's how it began. When I was 16, actually, it's interesting that the first time I traveled abroad, actually, I came to Paris. A gentleman, a musicologist, he's a cellist, his name is Frank Bernard, invited me to come to Paris. I was like 18 or 19 years old and came to Paris and performed in Sorbonne University. And, my musical journey was already kind of taking off when I was...
At a young age, how old were you then? Yeah.
I was 18 or 19 when I came to Paris, and then I traveled to America, and that's where I met Deva Miten. And I got a call one day out of blue, and we need looking for a bamboo flute player. And when I met them,
I've always been playing only bamboo flute.
Bamboo flute, yeah.
Now, but other instruments, obviously.
Yeah, now I try to play. It's so when I met Deva Miten in U.S. in 2002, I think I met them, and then I realized that what they are doing with the music is very similar what I'm longing for.
What are you longing for? How would you describe that?
As I told you, the music never been for me for fame or making money, or it's always been music. What I played, it was for inner silence. And when I heard their music, I felt, wow, they are different. They're not looking for glamour. They're not looking for be famous. They all want to do. They glamorize is peace and love. That's what I want. I don't want anything to do with the music that promotes aggressiveness, violence, and feminine. Nowadays, all the sex, and you can see it. Of course, people.
No, in order to just something pure, as pure as possible.
Pure. I'm a purist. I like real thing. I like as real it can be. Then it has a divine on it. That's how I found their music. They are using the music as a tool to go in deeper space. I was like, wow, this really fits. And when they heard me first time, they felt the same way about me. And that's how, like 12 years ago, that was how we met. And like, wow, this really works. So,
how do you define pure? Because it's quite a big conversation, And when I look out for people like that to interview, I look for the same thing: this pureness, this alignment. How do you describe this? How do you know that a project is good for you? How do you know people are in this space? How can you tell?
Well, it's the most obvious thing you can, if you can feel that depth of silence with somebody just being in front. You know right away. When you meet a person that you can have a conversation, right away where he's coming from. You even don't need to talk. You can just look at her face. Your unconscious mind is way, 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 way smarter than your, what you do with. So anyway, what my feeling...
Stay here in the video. I just want to make sure we see. Come here. Come closer to me.
Sorry. So what I'm trying to tell you is... I want my passion, I grew up in Nepal. I grew up in Kathmandu, very different place than your Western culture. But what I see in this point of this life, the world is technology and all the media, we really need something that promotes peace and love and inner silence. Otherwise, it's just going to be noise. Noise. You know, people always in their phone, they're looking, all the screen. They would forget what real thing is. They will all just will be attracted to plastic, you know. They will forget. And it's for us always important to give the people a chance to recognize what real thing is. So that's how I see it, my music also, you know, bringing people in a very deep space that they can rest. They can just feel, this is good. You know?
And what's amazing is that the more we feel that frequency, that space, then the more we know what it feels like and the more we want it. Huh?
Yes. You know, like, you know, when we chant with the monk in the monastery or when we sing in the church with the choir, you know, why it feels so uplifting from inner core. You don't need to drink. You don't need to have a drugs. It's a drug in itself. It's so supreme drug, I would say, you know.
That natural high of life.
Exactly. And that natural high of life you can bring to others who is suffering. And that's what I see. From this music, we can help people to be themselves, not to be afraid. They can act what they are, but same time they can look into themselves, what's going in their life, and improve their living standard, that they can leave the world more beautiful than they have found.
So it's a healing that you propose.
It is a healing. It is healing for me. I mean, you see my country, you know, people there suffering. I've seen last 30 years, war, suffering, and so poverty. Now, on top of that, earthquake, and people suffer and suffer and suffer. But also the suffering come from not knowing. Ignorance, you know, if they have forgot how they could be peaceful with a meditation and they are going behind television and want to be always, you know, obsessed with the screen, of course they're going to suffer more. But if they are into the silence, they know what inside themselves, nobody can touch them. Any earthquake came, no problem. They'll take it in a way they can tolerate, no? They can see, wow, you know, this earthquake is not going to touch us either way, because
it's faith too, no? Isn't it faith?
It is a faith as well. You know, in a faith in a way that's not in a, I would say faith in a not
religious way.
Religious way, proud, you know, like we are the best and this is the way it should be. You know, faith in a way that includes everything. Faith in a way, it has a forgiveness and compassion and love that you can just watch without getting judged. Okay, this person is hurt. This person needs this thing. And then that person gets chance to heal, no? And if you just go slap the person you don't like, it's never gonna, that's no chance. There is no chance for healing. No chance for healing. So we, Deva, Miten, me, and all other people in the world, many people does, we bring people in a space that they have a sense of a community that they can just be who they are.
Like a big reunion of brothers and sisters.
Yeah, same. And it's I like it. I don't want to say we are the only one, but also, you know, it's everybody doing its part. But I am very, very happy that I'm part of this family.
And you also have your own albums and you have your music out there. How do you go about it and how do you create it?
You know, like the music I've done, it's you know, I've started as a traditional musician, you know, doing my, you know, Nepali music and classical music from East, and now as I see the world, of course I want to promote that part of my growing up too. But what also...
Just want to make sure you stay with me.
Sorry, I'm going to keep going away.
They want to see you.
Can see me. And yes, I do have my own albums, but you know, it's again, you know, for me it's...
Flute mainly?
Mainly flute, and the recent one is called Within. It's a beautiful one, called Within. Because as we travel all over the world, I think of the people who are not able to travel. You know, there's millions of billions of people who don't even get to leave their hometown, and they don't know what's out there. And I thought, going around the world, I could collect this nature sound, which has a pure, beautiful nature sound. So I collected all this nature sound from Nepal, South America, Australia, United States, and put together a kind of a lullaby, kind of a beautiful soundscape with the music on the top. So my latest CD is called Within, which I really like. And of course, besides, Deva Miten and I have done many. So.
But isn't it different? Because I remember interviewing Nakai, the flutist too, but it's Carlos Nakai, back in Tucson at his home last year. And he was saying how it's sometimes difficult with his own heritage to be facing his, not his ancestor, but his people, because then they don't understand how much he came to the US. And he kind of like, they feel it's a betrayal, but to him it's like evolution.
Yes, exactly.
You feel that way with Nepal?
I in a way I do. In a way I feel that the music. When I had a choice, I could have been a purely traditionalist and just proper. I'm going to stay with the culture I've learned and just going to promote that. But at one point I had to choose because I don't want to make a separation. That's, when I was playing that flute when I was a kid, it was not for separation. It was for reunion. Mm-hmm. So I had a choice, and I asked my soul, so what should I do? Mm-hmm. Should I just grow and be a total, like a traditionalist and very purist of what I'm from? Or should I be open to it and make a bridge between?
And I feel this purity inside.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the answer. Of course, the world has to open up to each other. The world has to open up to each other. World has to embrace each other. World has to hug each other. World have to be together more and more. It is happening, of course, it's happening, but it has to happen more and more. Then the world, the harmony of the world, the peace of world is possible. And of course, we have a fear. Humans are driven by fear as well as love. So
even like playing here in concert, I guess, does it bring any fear, like with all the different attacks that been going on in Paris? We don't go there, right?
I have no fear of that. We played in Brussels. We're playing here. There's no fear of that because it not touch us.
Yes.
It's not. It's so beyond our realm. We don't go there because that's not our consciousness.
Yes.
Those things happen. Who is in that atmosphere? This is the place you're total safe. So I have no even little bit of fear, no thought of this. We're here to create this ripple that we can have as many of you inside us. Of course, and many people are doing this. So it's really important. We went to Kiev when there was war. We went to Israel when people were stabbing. We went to Brussels after. We are coming to Paris to bring this message and love and joy to all of you. That please keep compassion, love in your heart.
Thank you. We needed to hear that. Could you play last little note before we let you up, because the concert is going to start. The room will fill up.
So there we go. This is for you all, from the people in Paris, for all those heart.
All around the world, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Of course. There we go. I'm going to sing this mantra called Trayambakam. It's for the physical healing. So physical healing, and it has such a beautiful words as well as this melody. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushti vardhanam urva rukameva vandanan Mrityohar mokshamamritat Mrityohar mokshamamritat Om
thank you so much. Thank you to all beautiful co-creators for watching this video. Thank you for sharing it, and have a beautiful, amazing concert. Look forward to listening to all this. Thank you for taking your time to do this.